If you're looking to thrive here in the village, our next guest has some good ideas for you. I want to welcome to the program Tom Nash and Bill Cartwright, representing Thrive today. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Bill, we're going to talk to you about this kind of multi-generational project that's coming up. I want to talk to you in a minute. But first, I want to start right here with you, Tom, and talk to us a little bit about what Thrive is kind of all about.
Right. The name gives it away, I think.
It really does.
This was started some years ago by Dr. Beth Herrick, who was at that time president of the GRF board. And she sensed that there was a need to do something to get more of our people actually involved in living here. And, I mean, not just surviving, but somehow taking advantage of some of the things we offer, not just sitting around at home all day. And for various reasons, people have to be kind of urged to get up and do something. So she put together a group, I think around 8 at the time, and still about that number. We're mostly media people, educators. We have a psychologist in our group, pretty good group. And we come up with media especially to try to stir up people and get them doing something. So we have a number of public service announcements that run on village television, various channels, and we have done some projects over the years. And we did a project a few years ago. It was a lot of fun, and it was called the Centenarian Project.
Right, I remember that.
And we thought that people who have lived 100 years probably have something worthwhile sharing with us, and so we located 50 or 60 of them. There are more than that here, but we got about that number, and we interviewed them. We photographed them. We did kind of a clever thing. We asked them to bring in a picture of themselves, a portrait, if possible, of themselves at a younger age, and then our photographer set it up in the studio to try to match that pose.
Okay.
So we got a picture of them in their 100+ years in the same pose, in the same look as much as possible. And we did an exhibition of those photographs, and we did some various things. We taped 3 hours actually of television interviews, most of which were very sharp.
Yeah, there you go. Well, another project we want to talk about is the multi-generational project, right? And Bill, you're kind of part of that. Your mom lived here in the village, right, until recently?
My mother did live here. Yeah, she lived here until she was 91, and then she came and spent her final year with me. But so she lived to be
And beyond that.
Yeah, my grandmother also lived here.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay,
so I'm
wow.
actually third generation.
You're third generation.
And my aunt lived here as well. So yeah.
So what was it like when you were a younger man visiting here? What did you first think, and how's the idea of being here evolved over the years?
You know, it was so long ago that I was thinking about it, you know, and it's almost like the memories are in black and white of when my grandmother was here. I know that's how the mind, you know, plays distortions, but as I recall, the Laguna Woods, or Leisure World then.
Leisure World at the time, right.
I remember I was so impressed by the big globe. Oh, but it seemed small. Now it seems so vast. So I don't know at what point everything started spreading.
Well, you know, the world you probably went into was small because it's always been pretty vast, but it's like if you just went to see grandma or that kind of thing, and you was probably just going in there and you probably didn't go, let's take you on a tour of the village.
It was even that way when I came to see my mother, because I was used to going in the gate and up the hill and
there,
you know, to her place. And so I'm still, I mean, it's a new gate, you know, first time. So it's very interesting to discover how big this place is and how much is available.
Yeah. That's when I first started working here, I got the big tour of the whole, and I couldn't believe we were still touring. It was like an hour or so in, we're still going, we're still finding. I had no idea how vast it was too. And I grew up here. I grew up here in the Leisure World days too, and I remember seeing the globe right off the freeway and that kind of thing. So it's amazing.
Right.
So Tom, what do you want to do with this multi-generational kind of program you guys are launching here?
Well, again, we think that Bill and others who come from a multi-generational family probably have a different perspective on life and what it's like here. They've seen the changes over the years and seen how their relatives, in Bill's case, his grandmother as well as his mother, how they thrived here, what they did, and so we want to tap this source of inspiration and get some media go out of it.
Well, I can tell you, my mother
Please.
loved living here. She loved living here. I mean, talk about thrive. She thrived.
Well, that's
She
great.
loved living here. And she's so proud of this table tennis room that's next door. When she's,
And folks come out of there all the time. They're into it over there.
I'm not only my third generation here, but my grandmother was in the table tennis club.
Oh, really?
And then when my mom came here, she was part of the table tennis club, and she really she nurtured that club. They had a little room. They eventually named the Cartwright room.
Oh, wow.
But it was a little tiny space, and for the club to have this great facility here was just, so meaningful.
When did you say to yourself, I think I could live here someday? When did you go from like, this is where I'm going to end up?
Yeah, it was a fairly recent life-changing life events that we probably did,
Yeah, but when you were younger, did you say, I could see myself here? Was there ever a moment where you said, I get it, or was there a transition like that?
To be honest, it wasn't like a near-term thought on my part. I did think that, when I reached a certain age, it might be something, but no, it was unexpected a little bit. It was a little bit unexpected, but you know what? It's what a nice place to land, and I've already, been meeting so many great people that it's really this is a very unique place. I really appreciate all the opportunities that are available and all the people that are here and all the things that are available to do. It's really marvelous.
Absolutely.
Bill brings
and speaking of things to do, there's an ice cream social coming up. I want to make sure people know about that.
We have an ice cream social coming up on August 28th, still over a month away.
Right.
But time to think about.
Mark your calendar.
Mark your calendar. Yeah, we do these social events about 4 times a year, and we have a sponsor that helps us with that, and so it's a wonderful thing.
Right, Memorial Care gets involved in that. They do the whole thing, and they also bring folks out there and gets great information for folks too.
So we'll have an ice cream truck there, and we'll have some activities and a talk from Memorial Care about some aspect of health. So they're really worth doing. And you just, once we get the numbers out there, the publicity, call and make a reservation, and
there you go.
Definitely enjoy it.
So folks, look forward to the Ice Cream Social. That's coming up on August 28th. Also, the Multi-Generational Families Project. Go to the Thrive website if you want more information about that. And it sounds like 2 great things coming up that you can be part of. Bill and Tom, thank you so much for joining us today.
Our pleasure.
You're watching This Day. When we come back, we'll be talking to folks from the Cat Club about legislation to protect our animals. Stay with us.